Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. This is the 10th day in a row that we have devoted a large portion of this show to Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court nomination. We've done that because this story matters, and not simply because the Supreme Court itself matters. The way Kavanaugh has been treated by Democrats in the Senate, as well as by the media and the left-wing interest groups who obediently do their bidding in concert, gets to the most basic questions about what kind of country we want to live in. Does every American deserve due process? Are the accused presumed innocent rather than guilty? Does fairness still matter in this country? Well, to all of those, we'd answer yes. The left argues no. To them, acquiring power justifies anything. That's the real debate here. We thought you should know that. And now to the day's developments, and there are many. After yesterday's hearings, it seemed that this debate must be drawing to a close. It's hard to imagine watching what Brett Kavanaugh said to the Senate yesterday without feeling profound sympathy. This is a deeply sincere man who believes that his family has been destroyed by false and unsupported allegations. Many wept as they watched him speak. Democrats remained unmoved. Some argued that Kavanaugh's anguish was itself evidence that he is a monster, as if only a sex criminal would recoil at being called a sex criminal.
He did so as both a calendar and a diary. He's a very organized guy, to put it mildly.
Well, that was the wrong soundbite, but you get the point. Barbara Boxer explained today that his anger on stage made her think he was capable of violence. Would you be angry if they said that about you? But no matter what they say, Democrats don't mean any of this personally. They don't hate Kavanaugh or his family. They don't seek to destroy either one. They're just irrelevant. Democrats just want to be in control. So yesterday, they immediately began stalling for time, and they did that by demanding a 7th FBI investigation into Brett Kavanaugh's life. The point was to run out the clock on his nomination. They continued that tactic today at 2 different hearings, and especially in the afternoon when the Senate Judiciary Committee reconvened. Watch this.
I cannot sit here. I cannot participate in what I know history is going to look back as a dark moment again, in the same way we look back at the Anita Hill, Clarence Thomas trials. I cannot participate in that. To again relegate ourselves to what I believe is a dark, dark element of our society. So with that, sir, I will leave.
Well, that was New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, a man so oily he qualifies as an alternative fuel. Almost nobody who knows Booker takes him seriously, but today he found an ally, surprisingly, among Republicans. That was Jeff Flake of Arizona. Flake had declared that he would be voting for Kavanaugh's nomination. Then he was confronted by a mob of screaming protesters, the youth wing of the Democratic Party. Watch.
You are allowing someone who is unwilling to take responsibility for his own actions to sit in the higher court of the country and to have the role of repairing the harm that has been done in this country to many people. No, thank you. What do you think? You have power, the truth.
Ma'am, do you want to talk to his staff?
No, I want to talk to him. Don't talk to respond. What do you think? I understand, but tell me, I'm standing right here in front of you. What do you have? Do you think that he's telling the truth? Don't know.
Wow. That man looks afraid and ashamed. You don't often hear senators or see senators look like that. This kind of thing's been happening a lot in Washington. It happened to Ted Cruz. When he found himself surrounded by red guards like these at dinner, he left the restaurant. Jeff Flake crumbled. Flake announced that he would not approve Kavanaugh's nomination without additional FBI investigation. Democrats cheered his change of heart. Quote, I applaud Senator Jeff Flake's decision to rise above the partisan circus on display during this entire process, harumphed West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. Of course, in Washington, when they congratulate you on leaving the partisan circus, chances are you are now the ringmaster of the partisan circus. And, of course, Jeff Flake is exactly that. So what does this mean going forward? Well, factually, it doesn't mean a lot. The FBI does not want this case. There is nothing to investigate here, and they have said that pretty definitively already. Weeks ago, Dianne Feinstein sent them Christine Ford's original letter, and that was their response. This is not a federal criminal investigation. It cannot be. No federal crime has been alleged. Only police in Maryland can conduct an investigation into this, and they're not because, strangely, Christine Ford has never filed charges against Brett Kavanaugh in the jurisdiction where she says this took place. Instead, the FBI will conduct what is called a supplemental investigation. Agents will interview only those directly connected to Christine Ford's original allegation. In this case, that would amount to Christine Ford and Brett Kavanaugh, of course, along with the 3 people Ford says were present when she was attacked in 1982. That would be Mark Judge, P.J. Smith, and Leland Kaiser. The problem is that all 5 of these people have already given sworn testimony. You're aware of what they've said. 4 of them have categorically denied under oath Ford's version of the story. If they deviate from their previous testimony, they could face criminal penalties. So what could we possibly learn from having the FBI interview them? Keep in mind that the FBI makes no judgments in these investigations. It does not assess credibility. It does not render any kind of conclusion. It just does interviews, and then it summarizes them for lawmakers. The FBI, no matter what they're telling you, is not a tiebreaker in this or any other investigation. It's an investigative agency that will provide the Senate with information that senators already have. So Brett Kavanaugh is going to get interviewed again. He'd probably have to get a prostate exam to be more thoroughly vetted than Kavanaugh has been in the last 20 years, and they may try that too. If you were looking for truth, this would be an utterly pointless exercise. You wouldn't consider it. But the truth is not what anyone is looking for here, as you may have figured out. Democrats are hoping that more baseless allegations will emerge during the delay during which the FBI is investigating things that have long been investigated. Perhaps another reptilian porn lawyer will come forward with another discredited client who describes fantasies of, I don't know, gang rape or human sacrifice or child trafficking. Maybe it'll be ritual satanic abuse this time. They haven't tried that one in a while. Who knows what it'll be? But when those charges emerge, Democrats will demand new public hearings on every single one of them. Democracy hangs in the balance, they will tell us, meaning their access to power hangs in the balance. It's not a complicated formula, and everyone in Washington knows exactly what's going on here, except for maybe poor Jeff Flake. People who know Flake say he may actually believe Democrats are acting in good faith, or maybe he's auditioning for a new employer. He's leaving the Senate early next year. Either way, you'd have to be an idiot to think that caving to this demand will induce Democrats to call off their smear campaign against Brett Kavanaugh and his family. They won't. They'll accelerate it. Why wouldn't they? It's working. But there's a cost, especially for Republicans. At this point, Kavanaugh isn't just a Supreme Court nominee. He is a folk hero to many people, an inspiration to millions. People who've spent the last 2 years being browbeaten and bullied by their moral inferiors were buoyed by what he said yesterday. These are people who've been told they are worthless and bigoted. They've been unfairly maligned because they are in the way of other people gaining power. They've been commanded to shut up and obey. Kavanaugh stood up for those people yesterday. He raised a middle finger to their tormentors, and they love him for it. Kavanaugh is far more popular with Republican voters tonight than any single Republican senator. And he's incalculably more popular than the Senate as a whole. Kavanaugh probably wouldn't describe it this way, but he now has a constituency, a powerful one, and they will long remember whether or not Republicans defend him in his moment of need.